Good evening, everybody. Jan is here, back for the third stream of the day. Um, I finished with the bar, so what I wanted to do was take a chance to show everybody, like do a general walkthrough of the bar and like how you get to it from one of the spawn points. It's kind of easy to do that. So what I've done is I went back to my original spawn point where I started the game, and I'm gonna act like I'm spawning in for the first time and take you guys to the bar, show you around, and I'm gonna take some screenshots and then post it to Reddit and the Funko servers. So because this is a newbie bar specifically on this RP server, the location is relatively easy to get to. It's where a lot of people are already doing their meeting when they're grouping up. Um, this is where I was meeting with my friends when we were starting, and uh, this is where I've noticed other people um, have been meeting. So this is why we chose where we're doing it. And you can't really see where I'm at because obviously being in a noob zone, it's kind of hard to see that. But the location is actually between the two statues. So it's a central enough location and it's close enough to a lot of the noob spawning points that it's not going to be a problem for people to get to. And just come out of your spawn point. See, poor Yorick, he lost his leg. Just keep coming out. You'll see right there at the bottom corner here, almost to where my face rig is at, is where I'm coming out. I kind of turned down the volume because normally I'm sitting here listening to music. Right now I've got the music turned off because I'm doing the walkthrough slash intro. So I didn't want to have competing music or noises fighting with my voice. It's already pretty quiet. So, you know, let's not make it any worse than it is. So there, as you can see, is the spear soldier. You know, right here, everything along the side is noob spawning zone. They spawn on, I don't know if you spawn back here, but like pretty much anything from this cursor to, I want to say like even back over here is newbie spawning zones. So, basically you make your way to the main river and you'll come down here to the river to what we've got set up as our newbie slash PvE zone. There is not going to be any fighting inside this zone. The rest of the game is all roleplay PvP. We have very little rules. We'll probably make them up as we go. Since this is a private server, we get to dictate what the rules are. And the one rule that we've all kind of agreed on is that Amelia's, my bar, is a PvE zone. There is no PvP combat here, nothing like that. So, as we're coming up, you can start to see the outline of the bridge. And I just thought the bridge was a great idea. It pulls it up off the water and lets the area just kind of be separated, so to speak. And I just took one small little island. You can see it kind of starting to spawn in. Right there, this island where my cursor is looking, that's where the bar is. So, got my joke wheel of pain on this side, saying if you pay your tab, you're not going to end up like these poor individuals. Um, just some decoration. It's probably a little gaudier than intended, but that's kind of the curse of the situation here. So here is the very slow loading. There we go. Come on. We have a private dining table over here. There's a lot of stuff that's in this spot, so it does take it a little bit of time to spawn in. The heck is that? It's like a zip line almost. All right, anyway. So here's the front of the bar. You know, the lone table for the adventurers who want to eat outside. Over here is another joke wheel of pain. Absolutely nothing is being done with these. They are just jokes. You know, the this one over here says, How do you think we make our wine?" You know, imagine that they've filled that thing up with berries and off it goes to be pulped. Really? No, I'm not returning to the server. We lost connection to the... Yep. Come on. I might have to do this again. I hope I don't have to edit out parts of it. But anyway, here's the front. Open space, as you can see. You know, pretty simple spot. Amilya's. PvP free zone, no fighting, bannable. Food, ale, bed, bath in any order. Basically, the idea is you come in here, you meet up with your friends, and you can hang out till you're all ready to leave. This would be a spot where nobody is going to be attacking you, preying on the fact that you're a noob. This is a safe zone. That's what it's designated to be. So here you have like kind of the designated eating area. We can't obviously have a serving winch at the time. We're going to get some. This is where we're going to put our dancers up here. The bar, as you can see, is back here in the back. And it's the best we could do since we don't actually have countertops, so we had to use tables and ale. I noticed a few of these are backwards. Whatever. Some slight decorations. See? Decorations. A bathing area. Conan's. Sonia's. Some more liquid refreshment. You know, obviously kind of a joke that they're both together since, you know, everybody in this game is a outlaw survivor type. It's not like they're going to be probably terribly shy. Over here, this is the inn. Well, that's really far off from the wall. So, in theory, we don't really know how to make this work just yet, but the idea is that this would be a place where you could meet up with your friends and, you know, just have a place to put your bedroll. Right now, you know, we've populated with a few odds and end beds. So, you know, here you are. The common room. Unfortunately, we got a little off kiltered there. You know, slightly better rooms over here. The idea was to be as faithful to Conan times as possible. Rooms here for the individual who doesn't want to sleep in the common room but wouldn't want to pay the price for like this type of private room. And then that's kind of what this one is. Like, if you don't mind the constant thumping up and down the stairs or the lack of privacy, there you go. But you want to have a little more privacy than sleeping in a common room. Up here, the inn where you would have better rooms, you know, chamber pots, Stygian bed, room with a view. We have, you know, breakfast tables, if you will, so you don't have to eat with the commoners downstairs. An employees only area. It's not anything special. That's actually, this is my room. This is Amelia's. So, just take you in here. Not anything like super special, just a bed, a couple tables, lights, tapestries. Yeah, simple stuff. But as you'll see, this is the only door in the entire place. The idea is you walk in, you enjoy, you spend time here. Another table just so you can hang out with your friends. Uh, Conversation spot. Look out at the ocean or the river there. You look down here, you can watch, kind of like the old saloons in the West where there was that overhang that you could watch people. So that's what this area is. It's very open, very. My hope is sociable. Like people will come here, they'll want to hang out, they'll just want to do PVE trading or you know things of that nature. A couple more tables, bathing area down here. Unfortunately, one thing we've learned, and we're going to have to deal with this, is the signs will need to be periodically updated after server restarts because the game is so brand new right now. The servers are constantly needing to be updated and reset. But this sign originally said games this way. So up here, this would be where you'd come to do your archery. Down here at the end, you know, maybe play cards or dice. We have a shrine to Mithra. I think that's how it's pronounced correctly. The god of justice. So basically, the rules establisher. It kind of made sense for a um, a bar. This here would be a place where, come tournaments on the server, you would sit down. Like they'd be like, "You, Amelia," as I sit over here. Amelia, your turn to fight. So I'd be like, "Yes, my turn." And then here I am ready to fight. Yeah. And the winner would get a reward. We'll have like treasure hunts and other things like that. Things to make it a fun role-playing server. Whoever we crown as king or queen would sit there on the stone throne. This is to mark the start and end of the games. Just another like table over here so you and your friends can hang out. We wanted to make sure that above all else, this was a friendly community. Um, we are role players. We are doing our part to set a bit of Conanian style to this. Um, so we know that in a perfect world, everybody's going to behave themselves. Well, not everything's perfect. So this gives everybody a chance to get away from the PKers and, the kill stealers and stuff like that to come here, resolve your disputes peacefully. This is another bar up here. Hopefully, they're going to implement mead and grog and all that stuff soon. The wine and normal barrels don't work yet. And then this would be where you'd come if you wanted to place a bet. You know, Granted, there's not currency currently in the game, but as we've all remember from the Conan movies and from the stories, Conan was a thief. So he definitely needed to have currency of some sort. And the eventually there will be currency of some sort, either iron, harder to get, or maybe steel because steel is very costly. We're still kind of playing that out, so it's kind of hard to say exactly where it'll go. And we want to talk to the company FunCon, I believe, is the guys who created this, and say, hey, here's our idea. This is what we've done. This is the bar. You know, we are on a PvP role-playing server. Can we set this area up using admin commands so that this island, this designated spot is PvP or PvE, because obviously if you're up there fighting, you need to be able to actually damage someone. You can't do that in PvE. The idea here was that if you couldn't, because if you're not in a guild, you can't drop stuff. So we were going to set it up so that you could come in here and be like, oh, I'm dropping off 10 iron, and then so and so's like, I will trade you my truncheon, so that at that point you have a third party who has agreed, like, I will do that in exchange for you know these two things, so that they're watching, they're overseeing, they're making sure that nothing's going wrong. Give me back my truncheon. All right, so that's kind of the tour. Um, it's not anything major. I mean, it took me almost 2 days to build this. So, and I say that because this was all done in the admin tools. This was the only part of the server that we, as a tribe, decreed that this would be admin console. Everything else that we've built, and I'm not going to show you that because I have no part of what they were building. I started building this, and it was my hope, dream, to have a PvP free zone on the server for players to come and hang out. So, that's what this was. So I don't know what everybody else on the tribe has done. So this is what the server I am on has done. Um, I will provide details in the descriptions as to what the name of the server is and how to find it. And hopefully you will come and join us. Keep in mind, this is a private server, so naturally, as a private server, um, we kind of make the rules, and we're not going to be, ginormous dicks about it, but we are paying the server costs month to month. So, we're being very kind. We're letting people join, and so we're hoping that the people who will join will understand and take into consideration that we are setting this up so that it is a safe zone for people who don't know the game, who don't understand what's going on. And, right now, the only rule is currently banning. So, we will, and forgive my spelling if anything's spelled wrong. I was trying to get this done in a hurry because the server has been going up and down all day. So, and every time I gotta come in here, I gotta redo it. So, any spelling, just take with a grain of salt. I'll fix it later. So anyway, come over here. Since I am in the admin console, I will take us up on a tour from up here. There you are. This is Amelia's bar on our server. And there we are. Get the whole thing in view. So, everybody, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you'll come and visit us and see all the things that we have planned for the future. So, yeah, everybody, have a good evening. Bye.